everyone. So this is a pregnancy update for week number 28. And I've had some other stay-at-home moms ask me, what do I do to fill my day? Well, we farm, and one of the things that we do, it's not just farming, but it's homesteading. Plus we homeschool the kids, so they learn a lot about how things grow, how things are produced, economics. And we teach them really a lot of adult things when it comes to this. So with having a baby, one of the things that they needed to understand was reproduction and seeds, and not in depth like you would, you know, a 12-year-old, but the oldest boy just turned 11, so he'll be getting into that, but understanding about the seed production and everything really helps a lot. So you see they're all out there playing right now in the swimming pool, so it's a good time to make a video update for you. But this is what we worked on today. All of these pots were filled last week with potting soil for gardening. Now, I had already moved at the very, very early part of spring all of my strawberry plants to the deck because they get so overgrown with weeds. And we're keeping the actual gardening to a minimum. So that's one of the things that I do with my time, is teaching the kids and doing homesteading and farm chores. Of course, I'm pregnant and I don't get as much done in a day as I used to, but I try to squeeze in at least one extra job each day, and it doesn't always get finished in that one day. So this was a 2-day project where I had cleaned out a lot of stuff in the house that we didn't need anymore, because I started thinking about the car seat arrangement for the children. So right now I have my third row folded down. Our Suburban is a 9-passenger with cloth seats, which I really was strong and firm about. He wanted leather seats, and I'd had leather seats in a car that I had before, and he had leather seats in his pickup, and I wanted cloth seats for the comfort of the kids in the hot and cold weather, but also for the wear and tear of the seat on the driver's seat and under a car seat. So we've got three full rows. The middle part folds down in the front. So right now the car is loaded up for a trip to Goodwill. And like for Bethany, this seat folds down flat here. I always keep a little potty seat in there with a gallon of water, and I have a little pump spray with some essential oils in it for cleaning it in between trips, because with little kids, she's been potty trained for a year now, but it's just hard to have to stop all the time to get her a potty break. So this way I can just pull over on a road and take care of her. So this is another thing that I've done this week, and I haven't had a trip into town, so it's sitting here, but I have come up with, I think, a seating arrangement for the car, and I wanted to not have to undo later on a car seat from the third row. Trey still uses the booster car seat, and we like him to have the one with the 3-point harness instead of just the seat belt. We have a Graco just simple booster seat for quick trips, or if he's with Dad, or if he's in the work truck. But I like him in the harness besides just the seat belt. So now I'm taking a break. I just finished my lunch, so there'll be I'll splice in a picture of that for you. So today I have basically gotten up, got myself and Bethany dressed. The boys all handle themselves. Made my bed and cleaned up the kitchen. That's the general morning stuff that I do. Sometimes I come in after feeding the animals and it's lunchtime. Depending on what jobs I want to do in the barnyard, and in the barns, in pens, it can take me anywhere from a half an hour to 2 hours. So in the warmer weather, it doesn't take as long because tracking through the snow takes longer and carrying bales of hay. So right now we've got less pens to have to visit. So unfortunately, I lost a bunch of chickens last week to a raccoon attack, and I moved what ducks were left into the pen with the baby ducks. So that's 2 stops less I have to make. So the chores are averaging me an hour now. So I came in and had lunch and cleaned up from lunch. So now we're gonna have a little break. And the rest of the day is just kind of loose. It's Saturday afternoon and my husband had to work. So we have hay season going on, so that's something that he does. I'm not much help to him right now for that. And we have feed that we have to grind. So the kids and I get all of the ingredients for the feed together for him, and then he just hooks up the tractor and does the actual grinding and the mill and the tractor operation. So this week, for your actual baby bumping update, sorry about that. So I didn't think you needed to keep looking at my house. So this week for the actual baby update, I went in and had a 3D ultrasound, and the baby wasn't cooperating really well. He was frank breech, so his butt was down and his feet and his arms were in front of his face along with his umbilical cord. And it's really hard to get him to get moving when he's sleeping or didn't really have the room to move. So I did a couple of sessions where I was on my hands and knees when he was moving around a lot early in the morning and late at night, and just kind of let gravity take things and see if he would turn. So then I went back at the end of the week and had a repeat of the ultrasound when she had an opening, and I went much earlier in the day where he is generally more active in the mornings. He had turned sideways at this point, so it was much easier to get some shots. So here's all of those shots. So the baby's face is really close to his placenta, so she had to separate some of that out. But the first try, I think we got maybe 6 pictures, and she said sometimes she gets like 75 pictures per session in an hour. And, you know, of course that's with her and me talking and everything too. So we did really good on the second shot. We got over 40 pictures, and I'm real happy with that. My 3D ultrasound was done right at my OBGYN's office. There are places now that are popping up just as a 3D, 4D ultrasound clinic, and the rates are entirely different and the sessions are short, 15, 20 minutes. There was another place local to me that was 15 to 20 minutes and a couple of photos. I think one was blown up bigger to like a 4x6, and then you got the disc, and I think it was $75 for that 15 to 20 minutes. So the route that I went, I was comfortable with it because there was no charge for a repeat visit when the first one was unsuccessful. And it was just really neat to see kind of what he's going to look like. So he's got my little crooked mouth, and I have a newborn picture of me. If I can find it, I'll splice that into. So he's got my little crooked mouth from my side of the family. But we'll see what he looks like for real when he actually gets here, because it's hard to tell. Some of the shots, like the face is really bumpy and groovy. It looks like the moon surface. So obviously that won't be there when he's born. I was asking her, I'm like, he's got a lump on his forehead. She's like, oh, that's his placenta, don't worry about it. So other than that, the heartburn, I've been keeping my Tums with me and the acid reducer for at night if it's really bad, and just trying to be comfortable and rest more. So I'm definitely resting better on my left side. In the evening, I have to lay on my right side to watch TV as I'm going to sleep, so that can be hard. And some baby names. So I've got a little list of baby names for you, and I suppose I'll probably do that in a separate video because there are so many of them. I think I've got 14 or 15 names. But we're not decided. We're just kind of like starting to get a little more decisive about kind of targeting down a name. Just to throw a couple out there, Grayson seems really popular right now, in Lincoln. On my past pregnancies, I have found in their baby books the lists of other names that we didn't use, and I had Thaddeus, and I had actually had a job where somebody that worked there's name was Thaddeus, and they always called him TJ. And I'm not a real big fan of the abbreviations for names. My husband is a second, not a junior, and I didn't want to like impose that on the child to have them not have like their own identity if he was to be called junior or the third or something like that. So I kind of thought that through. Magnus is another one that we hadn't used in the past, but it's too close to Murdoch and Maximus. So my son Jack really wants me to name him that. It means great, and Maximus means greatest. So the kids are playing in the swimming pool in the hose, and the water is cold from the well, very cold. So let's throw a couple of names just to throw them out there and think about a little bit. Tell me what you think. And I'll just throw in an extra video on baby names here, if I can work on it over the next couple of days while it's quiet, because he's going to be doing hay and I don't have any jobs to do. So we'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.